Were there a few times over the last few games where you kind of looked at the play but wondered why it wasn't going in?
You mean in terms of us missing our chances and that way? Yeah. The telltale sign for me, and I'll use yesterday's game because that's the freshest, was the 5-on-3s. And, you guys might be too young now, but in the old days we had those hockey games where you had the rods, and if they were just real stiff, the players, you bump the puck. We could audition for a table hockey game.
Does the puck have to move quicker, or do guys have to move around a little more on the
Yeah.
What did you see? What do you want them to see?
I want us to see is relax and play the way that we're capable of playing. And we got the guys that can do it and that. But that's, I said, that there was your indicator, and you just knew they were gripping those sticks, and you just knew that they weren't comfortable. And there's nothing you can do except fight your way through it. And like I said, full marks. They fought their way through and found a way to beat a good Kootenay team.
Coaching a junior team, do you ever try to use a reference like that and none of the guys know what you're talking about?
Yeah, they look at you and you say things. I like to say things with no expression, and they look at me and say, "We don't know if you're serious or trying to be funny." And I said, "That's because I want to get a reaction out of you, just to figure out where you guys are coming from." But yeah, no, we use analogies all the time, don't we, Sanaya? I have some great ones, and Sanaya can't figure them out.
Still hostage?
Oh yeah, well, you didn't like that. I always say, come playoff times, you're hostage to your players. I mean, they know how they have to play. You've been through it, you practiced, you X and O'd it, and you videoed it. And now they have to think. The one thing we can't do, and I said this 100 times, is you can't practice pressure. So you have no idea how they're going to handle it till they're in it.
Can you sense the tightness in the room before the puck drop?
No, it's not. No, they're saying, like, the routine's the same. They're saying it's a matter of getting out and dropping the puck and seeing, and yeah. And as you know, it's like one or two guys is no big deal, right? You can adjust around that, but when it's the majority of your team, you go, "Whoa, we have some issues here."
When you say you can't practice it, then how do you handle it? You just let it unfold?
Oh, it's a kinder, gentler world, Dan. You stroke them and tell them how lucky they are to be here, and they're just looking at you like, "Shut up." No, but you just stay positive. You just stay positive, and that. But you get a real handle on your leaders, because now you listen to what the comments are being said, right? So, for example, you'll see some guys and their body language is just poor me. And you see other guys that are just saying, "Hey, stay the course, stay the course." And so you can identify who can handle it or who's trying to handle it versus who's maybe drowning in it.
You mentioned the other day that it's important that the guys also enjoy the tournament. So now that you've got an extra day between games, send them out to the golf course this afternoon? Or?
No, the kinder, gentler world. They'll go with their parents, and they'll be texting their girlfriends probably, and all that nice stuff that good-looking teenage guys do. I know one thing: I won't be with them. I guarantee you that. Yeah.
Talking to Casey yesterday about the pressure, he said he knew the pressure was off when he went back into the room and you were cracking jokes. And I was just wondering how big that win was for you.
Well, it's like I said, in my profession now, I've been at it so long that I'm very competitive. I'm winning or losing, but I handle it pretty good. For me, the biggest thing is I like my team. I know how dedicated they are. They've been with me. I ache for them. So when we lose games, it's not so much that an individual thing for me, it's more about my team. Because I've been with these guys and I've seen their commitment. I know what they go through to get here. And so you ache for them. So yeah, it's, I'm in the business of winning, but I feel better for them than I do for myself. But it's a huge win. Huge win. I think, right across for the fact we're the host team, and if we were to get eliminated early, I think it would take some of the stuff off the whole thing. So it's big.